Wake up! It's time for the zoo!
We get to see a sloth today. I'm so excited.
Hi, I'm Stephanie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm joined by my good friend Kat, who's visiting again from Colorado.
Hi, Steph. Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Well,
But I have to ask, what's going on with all the leopard print?
I decided to go on full Carol Baskin.
In case you didn't know who Carol Baskin is, she killed her husband.
She
Whacked him.
And she pretended like it didn't happen.
Right, so
Yes.
Stephanie's just supporting Carol Baskin.
Obviously. I wanted to get in the mood for our video today where we're gonna go over our trip to the San Diego Zoo this weekend.
It was great.
It really was. I wanted to talk about what happened post-quarantine. So what's open, what's closed, and just kind of our overall thoughts about it. I've been to the San Diego Zoo before a couple years ago and I loved it. So this was like a different type of experience for me.
This was my first time ever going to the San Diego Zoo. I've been to the Denver Zoo plenty of times, and everybody says that San Diego Zoo is the best thing ever, so it was really exciting to go.
So we decided to show up early. They open at 9. We showed up 15 minutes beforehand.
We got there at 8:44.
Yes, to be precise.
Thank you.
And how long did we wait in line for?
I think we got inside by 9:12.
Okay, so a total of like less than 30 minutes. But we had to go through a checkpoint. So we're all standing. They have different social distancing things on the ground to keep you all 6 feet away. They have mask signs everywhere, right? And then they had us do like a verbal acknowledgement when we finally got up there.
It had like 4 or 5 questions, you know, the COVID questions. Have you been around anybody that has been diagnosed?
Mm-hmm.
Is diagnosed the right word? Do you have any symptoms of the following? That sort of information. They didn't do a temperature check. They simply relied on a yes or no question, which is a little weird because anybody going to be honest if they're not feeling good right now?
I thought that too, but then at the very end, it also just had you acknowledge that they're basically not liable.
In case
or
we all
anything.
get COVID.
They did have hand sanitizing stations all over, although one was a little bit far. You couldn't reach it.
It was behind a gate and a wall, so it was like...
Yeah, they had like extra barriers up different places too. There was no searching our bags either.
That was real weird.
Yeah, so
for such a large zoo, they didn't search our bag, which I thought was really weird.
Right? And we brought in waters and we were also able to bring in our coffees. So that was good. So when you first walked in, there was a sign that showed like what was open and what was closed to kind of give you an idea.
Which was nice.
Yeah, so right away we noticed the bus tours were shut down, which made me really sad. I did show Kat where they would like load the top of the bus and the bottom of the bus and like where the bus tours brought you. Also, the 4D theater was shut down. I actually don't even think we went to it last time, so I guess it wasn't too much of a bummer.
I don't know that I would pay extra for something like that, but I feel bad, especially right now for all the parents with the kids being, quarantined. All of the play areas were blocked off, so, the playgrounds, there were some animals that you could have climbed on, but all of the play areas were closed, which... How are the kids going to get all their energy out without play areas?
Something else too, a lot of the restaurants were closed. I did see a lot that were closed.
Yeah.
But some were open. We went to the Sabertooth Grill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sabertooth Grill. I thought it was delicious.
It was perfect. It was really worth the money.
Yeah, and when you walk in, there's a guy that gives you hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm. And they're limiting the amount of people in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. So we sat outside. Of course, you can take your mask off to eat in that area. And we had a view of the elephants.
And they were playing when we were eating, too.
Yeah, they were. So it ended up really nice. Like, I'm glad that restaurant was open at least.
Yes. It was like that for the restrooms, too. They limited the amount of women allowed in the restroom. They avoided any lines for the restroom, so... It was a lot of social distancing being honored. I appreciated it.
Yeah, they really did. And they had other things that were closed. Photo booths. The photo booths were closed down. I feel like they could have done something to keep them open, like have like a self-sanitizing station outside or wipes or something that allowed you to actually still use it in between people. So it's kind of bummed they haven't figured something out for that yet. But the tram, the Sky Tram, is open. It's been open for like 3 weeks now, they said. It was interesting. We're waiting in line and it was getting really hot, so we're waiting forever. And I look up and I realize the tram is only being filled every other cart.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but I'll honor it. So if the tram carts were going east, it would be every other. So if the cart had a sticker, there would be nobody in it, but they would spray it down real quick and wipe it down. So then as it was going this way, no one would get on to let it air out. So every other would be sprayed down with disinfectant and wipe down. So then as you were riding down it empty, it would air out. But it was still really cool to be able to ride the tram. You could see all of the zoo and anything we missed. And Balboa Park, is that what it was called?
Yeah, Balboa.
It kind of reminded me of the Denver Botanic Gardens.
Oh yeah, I could see why. It was beautiful, totally worth it. And then we went to the back to the front, towards the front of the zoo, and the gift shops were all open as well. They were all open with limited capacity. A lot of them had people outside with little signs saying wear a mask.
And little clickers to keep track of how many people are in the store. The only thing I was concerned about is they said it was half capacity, but it still seemed very, very full as we were leaving.
There was a giant line, bigger than when we got there in the morning, waiting to get in. But I did overhear somebody asking them, like, how long is the wait time? And the employee said it was about an hour wait to get in the zoo.
But there is something on the website. I doubt it's very accurate. If you go to the San Diego Zoo website, it will show you an estimated wait time, which it only shows 20 minutes every time. But I would still say just get there super early. I do say it's much bigger than the Denver Zoo, and you get to be closer. Like, the giraffes were beautiful. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to feed them, obviously because of Corona.
That is the one thing. When I went to the San Diego Zoo, it was so much fun to feed the giraffes. I had such a good time. And so when I came this time and saw that the giraffe feeding zone was shut down, it was like really depressing. But again, you get to get so close to them. It is really nice. And then also one of the things that I really liked was the hippos. They have a baby hippo who was born in February, I think they said. And so the mom and the hippo, the baby and the mom were playing, and it was so sweet.
It was pretty adorable.
It was really nice. Other things we liked.
The red panda.
The red panda, yes.
He was very playful.
Oh my goodness, I wanted to see the red panda so bad, and we got there, and he was really sweet and playful, and there was no line because when we got there, there was like nobody there.
And we got to go through a beautiful like rainforest almost type thing.
Yes, so we went through the rainforest trail area, and because again we were the first ones there was nobody there. It was quiet, it was serene. We just got to walk through on our own. Definitely recommend getting there early. I know Kat wanted to see
No sloth. I flew all the way from Colorado to California to see a sloth. The lady fed him, so I think he went away for his nap. But I did get to see an anteater, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
We tried to take him home for Stephanie, but he wasn't feeling it.
Overall, we still got to see pretty much everything that they had to offer with just the limitations.
I'd say, if I were to compare the Denver Zoo and the San Diego Zoo, you could spend several days at the San Diego Zoo. I believe in Denver, 1 day is sufficient. So overall, I had a great time. Thanks for taking me.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was wonderful too. We actually didn't even get to see everything. We were there for 5 hours, but by the end of the 5 hours, it was so hot. We were exhausted. You know,
our dogs were barking.
We'd already done a bunch of stuff the day before too, so we were just like, over it, we were done. But overall, it was really good. I would still recommend going with the new COVID regulations. Wear your mask, use the sanitizer, keep your distance, do all the things they tell you to do, and you will have a great time.
Yes. Cheers.
Yes. If you want to tell me about your experience in the San Diego Zoo post-quarantine, just leave it down in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys thought. But thanks so much for watching my video today, and thank you, Kat, for coming to visit me.
Thanks. Be sure to subscribe to her YouTube channel because there's more to come.
Yes. Share with your brother, your mother, your cat, Carol Baskin, or anybody who's willing to listen. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.
See you next year. Cut.
I need to look at my scripts. Was that bad? Should I redo that?
That was good. You can do it again.
Yeah, just one more time.